guys a lot of recommendations here. I give book recommendations and movie recommendations and all kind of recommendations because I'm really good at that, I think. I consume a lot of media and therefore I can spit some opinions out about that media. And you know what I wouldn't recommend? Having a mental breakdown. 0 stars. 2 thumbs down to that. This isn't scripted. I wasn't planning on making a video until tomorrow morning. So it's night, and I had to set up the camera for something that I had to film during night, which you might have already seen or you might be seeing soon, who knows? But I thought since I set up the camera, I would use the camera setup and just talk to you guys a little bit. We used to talk about things like deep, scary things, and then I stopped doing that. And I was like, look at my pretty books. Look at my bookshelf. Isn't it pretty? However, I've been telling my story a lot of places on social media. I have talked about it here in the past. I talk about it on Tumblr because that's like my safe place, even though it's not, it's the internet. But I've talked about it on Twitter, and I get a lot of messages from people that say, hey, that same exact thing is happening to me right now, and I don't know how to handle it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm the person you should be coming to because I'm still dealing with it. So basically, if you don't know my story, it is that I went off to college my freshman year, 3 hours away from my home, to a very expensive liberal arts private school. And I had always had depression and anxiety, but when I was that far away from home and living on my own for the first time, it just hit hard. I ended up first dropping out of my activities. Like, I was there on a speech scholarship and I dropped out of the speech team. I dropped out of theater and all of that stuff so I could focus on school and kind of surviving and getting through the semester. But it just kept getting worse, especially my anxiety. I ended up not being able to leave the dorms at all. Like, I ended up not going to classes, which is crazy because I'm one of those people that goes to classes no matter what. I'm like deathly ill and I'm going to class because I'm a goody two-shoes. And I ended up not going to class and kind of just sleeping a lot and watching Netflix and just staying in my bed, basically. And it sucked, especially since I had really good friends at that school. Like, I liked the school, I liked my friends, it was a good place. I was happy, but my anxiety just took over. And the anxiety led to depression because I wasn't going to my class and I was wasting like $50,000. I found a counselor there and we tried to work through it, but it just wasn't working. This was around like November, early December. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go home, but I'm going to do the shit I need to do at home. I'm going to write my final papers and I'm going to send them to you and it'll get done. I had like a week left at school and then I was gonna go home and I was going to do all of my shit in my own house, surrounded by my family and people who loved me and people who could help me get through this, and I was prepared. But then I got super suicidal. I was so scared. I was just beyond terrified. I went to my counselor and I was like, okay, so I'm having these really scary thoughts and I don't like them. Like, I keep having these recurring thoughts of, oh, I could just do this and all of the pain would go away. I could just do this and I wouldn't have to deal with all the things I need to do that I should have done forever ago, but I was too scared and too depressed to do. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to be in this situation. And I had the means to do something about it. I had multiple pills that I was taking for my depression and anxiety, and I had, knives and shit. And so I told her, I'm like, I have the ability to do something about this and I'm really scared that I'm gonna do it. She was like, yep, you're gonna go home right now. Call your parents. So I went home. The good things that I did in that scenario that I think you should do too if you are also in that scenario: talk to your professors. I was so surprised that all of my professors except the one was like, oh my god, yeah, totally. You don't worry about this. Worry about yourself. Go seek professional help. If you are on a college campus, there should be a counselor. Go make an appointment. You can go for free because you're paying for college. that should be the case. It was the case for me. So my biggest message here is that your mental health is so much more important than your education. I know it doesn't seem that way. This is especially true if you're kind of like me and you were like a really good student in high school and you're kind of a perfectionist and education is really important to you. Your mental health is still more important than your education. Now, I'm not fully recovered from this instance. I still live at home. I still don't have a job. I haven't gone back to school, but I'm here. Like, I am still alive, and that is pretty awesome. So for those people that message me and say that they had the exact same experience that I had, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of myself. I'm so proud of you for leaving that unhealthy situation and kind of taking time to love yourself again. So yes, if you're one of those people that has messaged me or maybe just, thought of messaging me and telling me that you have gone through the same thing, then I am so proud of you for making it through that, because it was so hard, man. It was so difficult, and I am so proud of you. And that is it. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!